This video will demonstrate the various ways of adding sub-items to a report by selection. Here we have the kitchen appliance main item in focus. To add sub-items to it, we click on the Add Sub-Item button, and then select the relevant sub-items from the list of items associated with the main item. If a particular item is not shown in this list, we can always click on the Add Other Items button below, and then select the item we're after from the entire database presented in the Select Item form. Notice that when I've chosen the Add Other Items option, after selecting my item, a prompt pops up, unless it's been disabled by choice, which asks me if I want to add this item to the Select Linked Items list for easier selection in future. You can always turn this prompt on and off under the Tweaks tab in the settings. In this particular instance, as a microwave is likely to be encountered fairly frequently in the kitchen and would therefore improve this list, I'll choose OK. Notice that the sub-items added have default sub-items included too. For instance, when fridge freezer was added, it automatically listed the fridge and freezer separately, and their sub-items were included by default as well. The ability to configure which sub-items are included as default is covered in the video relating to default sub-items. Note that if I click on Add Sub-Items, the microwave has been added as requested to the list of linked items in the Select Linked Item form. Now if I select a sub-item such as freezer, and then click on Add Sub-Items, notice that the items linked to the sub-item currently selected, in this case the freezer, are displayed in the lower half of this Select Linked Items form, but that the items linked to the first main item, i.e. kitchen appliances, not fridge freezer, are always displayed for selection in the upper half. For instance, if I add the sub-item shelves to this freezer, and extractor fan to the kitchen appliances, you'll note that the item shelves has been added as a sub-item of the freezer, and extractor fan has been added as another sub-item of the kitchen appliances, as expected. Finally, if I select hob, which is also here a sub-item of the kitchen appliances, and then I select Add Sub-Items, and then I opt to add other items because no items have as yet been linked to the hob item in the settings, I'm asked, as expected, if I wish to add these to the Select Linked Item form for future. And the items are added as sub-items of the hob. In other words, when you select Add Other Items, it always assumes you wish to add those other items to the item that you actually have selected in this item description form at the time, whether that is a main item or a sub-item. And therefore, as you would expect, if I click on the Add Sub-Item button while I have the hob selected, those particular items just added have been associated with the hob rather than the kitchen appliances item, and therefore are currently shown in the lower section of this form. That concludes this video on adding sub-items to a report. However, to find out more about how to choose which sub-items are included as default, watch the video related to default sub-items, and to find out more about how to add items to the Select Linked Items form from within the Item Manager tab of the settings, watch the video related to managing sub-items.